Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be creating a designer picture frame. Let's go ahead and start. On Design Space, on your left hand side, we're going to click on Images. Then we're going to type in what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and I'm going to type in lace bow and happy birthday. I'm going to go ahead and filter and click on purchased in my images. This is the bow. Once you find your images, you click on the images you'll be using and you'll see them right in the bottom of your screen, and we insert images. Click on your left hand side text. We're going to type in the name. With the name clicked on, you go to your left hand side where fonts, click on the drop down arrow and you search your font. You can scroll up, you can scroll down. If you know the name of the font, you can type it in the search box. I think it's right here. No, that's not it. It is Grenada. Right here. Okay, once you do that, let's go back to images because I forgot my logo. Which is this one, insert images. It's just so we can set it aside. And next we need 2 squares. Is just for me to size the wording. Let's go to shapes, click on square. Okay, let's set that aside. And then we need, that's about it. Yep, that's what we need. Okay, now let's start with the square. The square will be the same size as your foam board, just the top part, the top and bottom, which will be the same. So I'm sizing it at 20 by 2.8. Go to your size tab, unlock, and we're going to size it 20 and 2.8. Let me minimize the screen so you guys can see it. Okay. Next, 20, it was 2.8. And we lock it. Now I'm going to fill in this with a pattern. It's just a guide for me to see how it would look on my picture frame. With the image clicked, go on No Fill, Print. Next to Print, you'll see the gray box which identifies your image you have clicked. Click on the drop down box, Pattern, and you select the pattern you'll be using. Okay, let's set that aside. Now let's grab the symbol, which will be 5 by 4.5. Unlock 5, 4.5. And let's change the color. With the image clicked, click on the black box in between line type and fill and select your color. And we can set that aside. Next let's bring in the name. The name will also be in same rows, color rows. Click on the name in between line type and fill, same technique, choose your color. Let's go ahead to your layers panel on your right hand side, ungroup so we can size the letters. And the letters will be 2 by 2.6. I'm going to do this with each one of these letters, and I'll speed it up a little bit. Now, This is the reason why I made this square, just to verify how it would look on the frame and to check to see if the letters will fit on the frame. Let's say this is your bottom part of your frame. You go ahead and put them just like that, so you'll know they'll fit. Now next, I'm going to bring in, I forgot my balloons. Let's go to images and then let's select balloons. We'll use these balloons right here. Click on it, insert images. Let's clean up this image. Let's ungroup and delete what we won't be using. Go on your layers panel, you can delete from there. We'll put this how it was. Now, let me go ahead and fill these balloons. I'm going to fill these balloons with the pattern. So the front balloon, this one, the blue one, that's the one, just these three with the pattern. So let's go ahead on your layers panel, click on the first one, and then with your shift key down, clicking on your shift key and then click on here, and okay, that stays the same, right? And this one, and the green one. Go to no fill, print, color, pattern, same technique, and we fill it in. Okay, and then the black one, it'll be white. Click, you can go on your layers panel or on here. Click on that one in your layers panel. Go in between line type and fill, and we change the color to white. Once you do that, highlight the entire image and we click on attach. Flatten. I apologize. Let's change the color of our canvas so we can be able to see the strings. Right at the bottom of your layers panel where it says blank canvas, click on that white square and then you'll see everything changed here in this at the very top. Click on that white box and you can choose your color. You can do this one, you can do gray. I'll do gray. Now grab your balloons and let's go ahead and duplicate those balloons because we need 2 of them. These balloons will go here on the frame. So we're going to size these balloons 3.5 by 6. And what you can do, grab the next one. You can size the next one or delete it and duplicate the one you just sized. Okay, that goes right here. Remember, this is just to check if your letters will fit on your frame. Okay, we do this one right here. And we're done with that one. You can set that aside. Highlight your name and set it down here. Okay, leave this frame right here. Now let's grab the G's. We already have them, 5 by 5.5, and we need to duplicate it because we need 2. Let's set that aside. Let me grab these 2. And what I'm going to do is type what it is. I don't have cardstock that would match this color, and this is the same color that I already done other items for this theme. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on no fill, print, and it'll convert it to a print and cut instead of a cut. Go to your layers panel. Right here, this one is a cut. You will have to load your cardstock and it will cut this design. Versus this one, it's a print and cut. You will print it and then your machine will cut it. So I want to convert both of them into a print and cut. And let's just duplicate it. And we're going to do the same thing with the name. If you have the same colored cardstock, or you want to cut it on a glittered cardstock, you don't need to do the print and cut. Highlight the entire name, go to no fill, print, and it converts it into a print and cut. Let's set it aside. Okay, next we grab our bow and go to your layers panel and a little bit bigger. The bottom part of the bow, we do not need that bottom part. So I'm just going to go ahead and ungroup. Go back to your layers panel, click on it so we can delete it. Now the second part of the bow, I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. Go to no fill print, yellow box, and we're going to fill it in with the same pattern. Okay, and then the top of it, of the bow, we're going to go ahead and click on it. Click on the box in between line type and fill, and we're going to choose that rose color, which is the same as this one. Next, highlight the entire image and flatten. This will be a print and cut. Then we're going to go ahead and size it. Click on your bow. Width is 7 and the height is 8. And we lock it. And I'm going to duplicate it because we need 2 of them. Next, I'm going to grab my happy birthday. Let me change the color. Let's go ahead and grab the no fill, click on print, click on that question mark, and just change it to pink. A shape, let's grab a circle, and go to the no fill, print, and we're going to fill it in with the same pattern. Okay, we're going to size it. And we're going to duplicate it. Okay, once you do that, now let me go ahead and I need to slice this part because this image should be 18 inches wide and it's a print and cut. If it's a cut, you don't need to slice, but I'm doing a print and cut because, like I said, I don't have the same colors on. I don't have the same colors for the cardstock. I have different pink. So let's go ahead and slice. We're going to grab our shapes, grab our square. Yeah, I'll do it right. I'll do it right here. Move this out the way. Highlight the entire image. Oh, we can't slice because of these circles. Go to your layers panel on your right hand side. With your shift key clicked on, let's go ahead and I'm going to group it and then I'm going to hide it. And then we click on the entire image. Something is not letting me slice. Okay, it's not letting me slice because I have another set of balloons on there. So let's just go ahead and ungroup. And just leave them there. I'm going to change the color to white. Okay, and go to your layers panel and just hide it. Now grab your box and let's go ahead and slice here. Don't tell me I X'd out of it. I'm just going to go ahead and click on undo. Okay, now we click on the entire image, slice, don't move the image. Let's grab this one on your layers panel, twist it a little bit now to see what we're deleting. Now we can bring in the white one. Let me go ahead and do this so I can grab it out the way. And let's bring in our, that big, where is it? The square that I had right here. Okay. It's just for, like I said, for you guys to see how it would look. Let me highlight this entire image. I'm going to group it so I can move it all to, I have to send it to the front. Oh my goodness. Okay, arrange it to the back and highlight. I just want to move it to the side. Let's move it to the side. Remember, it's grouped, and we have to ungroup so we can flatten it. And now with this big square, arrange, not, oh my God, send it to the back. Okay. And there we go. You have your, it should look just like this. And then these bows, they go right on the side of the frame, on each side, but they go here. This is a space you have to work with right before you put the bows or after you place the bows. Okay, we did that. Next we go back to text and click on number 1 and ST for first. And go to between line type and fill, click on that black box which identifies the color of your image, and let's change it to white. And we're going to go ahead and size it. But let me go ahead and ungroup because I want these two smaller. Okay, we can place it here. And we can place this one here. And the T will go somewhere in between here. Okay, once you have that, let's go ahead and click on this box, set it aside. Then click on the entire image, just this image here. And there's a piece, let me hide this one. Go to your layers panel and hide that first. And then, I thought this was okay, we have to ungroup it. Let's ungroup it and then we're going to bring it to the front. Okay, and let's do the same here. Wait, send it to the back. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, now what we're going to do is highlight this first portion and we're going to flatten. Highlight the second portion and we are going to flatten. Okay, next. Let's check our images. We have the bows, which is flattened. You'll see right here in the bottom of the screen. We have the two symbols, which are flattened. You'll see right here it's a cut and print, also cut and print. And then you have Malaya, the name, which is a print. You'll see right here all this cut and print. And then let me get our first, so we can place it here where it goes. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Oh, this one we can delete. We don't need that one. That was just a shadow. And let's bring it here. If that happens, click on the image, arrange, send it to the front, and let's arrange it here. Let's move this to the side. Once you do that, highlight the entire image and reflatten once again. Okay, we have that. We have that. Let's set this aside. Now this block right here, we are going to size it to 9.25 by 3. This is the size of the frame. We're going to print several of them because we're going to use that for the background on the frame. Once you're done, we're going to go ahead and select the machine you'll be using. I'm going to select, I'll select the maker. Okay, once you select your machine, we're going to, let's see what's going on. Project incompatible. Let's see which one is 9 and 4.1. This should be good. 9, 4.1, that's good. Okay, maybe it's this one. Okay, project incompatible, it's because it's going over the allowable amount. Keeps changing the size. It's the bowl, 6.75. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. I had it at 7. Okay. Once you do that, finally, we're on this side. I'm using 65-pound white cardstock. We only need one of each except for this one. For this block, I'm going to go ahead and click on cancel, and I'm going to do that at the end because I need several. I need like maybe 6 of them. And then I can fit maybe 2 on a single page. I want that done separately. So let's go back here. Next, we click on continue. Send to the printer. You'll have this black box around your print and cut. It means your registration marks. You need those registration marks in order for your machine to recognize what it'll be cutting. If you don't have those registration marks, once you go to print, there's something wrong with your machine. There's no button that you can click on to switch it on or off. It automatically pops up. Go to your printer settings, select the printer you'll be using. I'm going to use this one today because I don't have much on the other one. Okay, select the print, and then the copies is 1, and then you click on print and go to your next image, and so on. You print your images. Once you're done printing, you stick your image onto your mat, you load it to your machine, you select the material you'll be using. And then once it's loaded, you'll see the flash and go button. Once you cut all of these images, you go here and click on cancel. Click on yes, it will take you back to your canvas. So we can hide, cancel again, so we can hide all of those and then bring in just the square. Where's my block? Bring in the block. I'm going to put this one at 9.25 and lock it. And let's go ahead and click on make it. Project copies 2, apply, so you'll be able to fit 2 on one page. We can go ahead and continue. Same technique. Once that prints, you go ahead and stick it onto your mat, load it to your machine. if you're cutting on the machine. I won't cut these on the machine, it's just squares. I'll just cut it by hand or with my paper trimmer. Once we do all this, I'll see you back at the table.
We have our 20 by 30 foam board. I have a 17-inch ruler. You can use any type of ruler that you have. Doesn't need to be a fancy one. Doesn't need to be wood. Doesn't need to be acrylic. If it's a ruler, you're fine. What I'm going to do is, this is pretty simple. From the outside in, you're going to mark it as 3-inch. Then you're going to twist your ruler and make sure you have the same size here, 3 inches in. You do the same on this side, because we need all this part. We need all this part 3 inches. So we're going to go ahead and do the same in all 4 corners. That's the square that you need. I have the X-Acto knife. What we're going to do is just cut out the center. I'm going to place my ruler because I don't have a steady hand. Okay, very carefully, just go ahead and pull it out. This part that I cut out, I will save it because I know I will be making more of these frames. So I suggest, if you continue to make these frames and buy the same size, 20 by 30, please save the inner part. That way you don't have to go through what we just went through, measuring and all that kind of stuff. I'll meet you back at the other table so we can start assembling the frame. Okay, now that we're back at the table, we have our cutouts. The 2 bows, the letters, we have the balloons, we have the strips to cover the frame, and we have the happy birthday, and the letters. This is the name. Let's go ahead and set that aside. I have my brush and Mod Podge. What I'm going to do is grab my cutouts and start from the bottom left side on right here. You just need to add the cutouts on. If you have a directional pattern, make sure you align it correctly. Just make sure that they align well. Okay, now that we're done, I was just grabbing the X-Acto knife and just cutting inside a little bit. And we're done with the framing. Now, I'm going to set it aside for at least 30 to 45 minutes for it to dry. If you want, you can place a heavy object on the corner. This didn't lift up that much. But if you want, you can place a heavy object on each corner. Okay, I'll see you guys back in a bit so we can start assembling the other pieces. Okay guys, now that it's dried, I was just checking measurements and I decided to cut out 2 more bows because, let me show you, just adding the balloons down here and that letter there, to me it looked too empty. So what I decided is grab another bow and then grab the balloons. This goes here. And then grab the cutout right here. Right on. I took away my weight and it started folding a little bit, bending a little bit because of the glue. So that should be good. Okay, and then the happy birthday, what I'm going to do before I glue it on the board, I'm just going to glue it right just a little bit on top of that one, and then add the other bow goes right here. You can arrange it just like this. Looks much better like that. Okay, I'm going to take all this off. Well, you know what? I'm going to start from the bottom, but I want to make sure if I want to add something to the other side. For the back of the frame, I decided to cut more of the squares and I'm going to add it on to the back. Now, let's go ahead and let's just start assembling the front part so you guys can see. Grab the first bow and I'm just going to go ahead and measure. I'm going to do it this side. I'm just going to add the glue right in the middle and glue it down. Pretty simple. And this is going to come out really nice. Okay, let's add it here. And let's grab the next one to the other side. Let's grab the letters. And I like to sort them out just to see where they will land and be good. Okay, let's turn this to the side a little bit. Okay, making sure these sides meet up, but they don't, it's not adding. So let's go ahead and move it up to the side. So I have here, going by my ruler, 1, 2, 3 squares. So let's make the other side also 3 squares. 1, 2, 3.5. That's fine. It's not much of a difference. Let me see. Okay. That should be good. Let me see the name. Yep, that should be good. Don't matter. That is perfectly fine. Now, I don't want to move my letters. I'm just going to go ahead and grab each letter. Just press the letter down on one side. Add dabs of glue. And it would be great Mod Podge. If you want dabs, you know what? Not Mod Podge, nor hot glue. I'm going to grab my art glitter glue. That's what I'm going to add. Because it's paper to paper. And it'll be perfect. Okay, now that we have the name down, let's go ahead and place the balloon. I'll add the balloon right here. And my other balloon, I'll add it right here. Place them down now on both sides. Add dabs of glue all around. And then we're going to go ahead and place it right here. Yes, it's good here. Okay, that looks perfect. Okay, now let's add glue onto the letters right in the middle. Next, let's grab, put a bit of more glue here. Okay, next, let's grab, when you place your frame right here on this pad, I'll just go by my lines right here, and then that's where I'm going to place my letter. I measure it. If you don't have a pad like this, just get a ruler and you'll be fine. And measure. It's the top one, and that's where I'm going to place it, on the top one, and we glue it down. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and glue both bows. Okay, and let me put some glue on this one. And now let's go ahead and grab the name. What I'm going to do is glue it first. I'm going to attach them, and then I'll glue it on the board. Some glue. And we're going to go ahead and grab the name. And let's place it right here. First, I'm going to glue one of the balloons down. That way, it won't move as much. And I'll be able to glue on the rest. Okay. It around. And glue it on. Okay. Okay, we have the frame completed. Now the frame is completed. We glued it down. Just wait 5 to 10 minutes for it to dry, and then while you wait for it to dry, just place heavy objects right on the corner, maybe here on this corner, and you'll be fine. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you all for your support, and as usual, happy crafting.